we have many students who have raised a lot of questions. Jayesh, are you here? Can you go first with your question?
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, Jayesh.
Yeah. Firstly, greetings to all the mentors and all the teachers like of the Guru Purnima. And my question is, ma'am, I'm not getting my results, like desired results of mock exams. Like initially, my result was very poor, but after like approaching each and every strategy, like scheduling the things, doing one-to-one with my mentors, daily lecture attending and the test series daily, like I'm giving my 100%, and still I'm not liking my results. Like still now I'm giving my mocks, and I lose my confidence after getting not getting desired results. That's not the thing that my target is very high, but I deserve to be an average result, but I can't get it. So this is the thing that I'm losing confidence in the things. So
Yeah. So, 2-3 things that I can tell you is never lose confidence. The confidence is the only thing that you will carry with you.
yes, ma'am. That's the thing that that's the attitude of my like not giving up is holding me till now. Just I'm trying my best and going continuous in a flow, but still like lacking in some part or where I don't understand. Like,
You can't
what's
keep
happening.
doing the same thing and expect different results. So maybe you need to change some things. You need to look at that, right? You can't keep doing the same thing again and again and expect something different to happen. Third, things take time.
Yes.
Okay, things take enormous amount of time to work. I told you would have heard about my CAT scores, my initial CAT scores, right? So I'm sure listening to those scores, you're much happier now, in much happier place. But things take time. You just have to keep working, and also check probably if you have to do some things differently. That's where your
Okay, ma'am.
teachers come to your aid the most.
Yes, ma'am. I reached to my mentors, and also I did my one-to-one discussions with my mentors. They guided me in a better way,
Yeah.
and I'm following the approach, but still like bit lacking the results.
It'll come.
So I'm working,
Results will happen. You focus only on effort. Result will happen.
waiting for the tipping point.
Yeah, it'll happen. Trust
I'll
me on
add
that.
a bit. Shirisha here. Jayesh, I think the cat is really far, and maybe the next you need to get your basics right. And if you're gonna be so bothered about the result, the anxiety levels, when you will be writing the paper, will not give you the score. Okay. So what are your anxiety levels when you're taking the test is also very important. So maybe what is happening in your head is your figment of your imagination. What really will happen in life, you don't know. Okay. So, maybe, I think you're stressing too much. Nothing to worry for the next maybe quarter. Just keep giving your hard work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I
thank
think
you so
just
much,
focus
sir.
on effort. Just focus only on effort. Forget about the result for now.
Okay, ma'am. Definitely, I will go through this now. Right?
Yeah.
Keep this in mind.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jayesh, for asking that question. Vivek sir in his reply mentioned that, CAT is really far. That brings me to my next question, which Arpita Naina has asked. She says, sometimes when we think of achieving something huge, something beyond what we are in the process of pursuing at present, for example, ma'am, in your case, thinking of going to Stanford while preparing for CAT before getting into IIMA, or something that seems so huge and hard to achieve and in fact close to impossible, but we intend to do it. So most of the time it also scares us a lot. So is it okay to think of something that is so far away from today, or should we instead first complete the current task at hand before moving to thinking about anything next? How should a person manage all these thoughts is what she's asking.
Yeah, I think I'll go back to what I said. Dream something lofty, something really big, which seems impossible today. Okay, and you will. But when you're dreaming, okay, just sitting, lying down, and dreaming is not going to help. Dream something big, but still take some baby steps every day, and that's why be the best that you can be on that particular day comes. If you have 3 goals, take those baby steps and keep working towards it. Like for instance, one of my dreams now is I've not focused much on my physical health. One of my dreams now is to go to the Everest Base Camp soon. It's huge. It's humongous. Okay, any doctor who will see me will ask me, "Are you stupid? Why do you want to even try something like that?" For me, it doesn't matter. That's the goal, because that's what motivates every single day, even if you're feeling low on energy, even if you're feeling down, to actually get up and at least walk. Like that. Same thing, in terms of I want to impact at least 1,000 people, sharing my life story, to see if it actually helps them make some of those decisions and face life in a much positive way. Now, for that, even if it's writing a single blog post, that is fine. If that's all I can do on a particular day, that is just fine. There'll be a good days when I can actually go and influence a corporate. There'll be days together when nothing works. It's all okay in the larger scheme of things. But your dream, that true North Star, is actually what will make you push yourself.
That's true. Mihir, are you here? You want to go next with your question? Mihir Khodasara. His question is again similar to things that you have been talking. He says, what was that point in time when you realized or when you determined that you want nothing less than this, and what does it take to achieve it?
Yeah, nothing. At every stage, whatever is that big goal that I set for myself, like Fulbright Fellowship, that goal was there for me for 5 years. Getting that fellowship was a goal that I set like 5 years before that. I knew a bunch of things that need to be done for that, and I was working on getting those done. So I think that happens. So again, right? All of this was not a planned, chartered journey. While I had big dreams, there were some work, some didn't work, like my FRCS didn't work. All are big dreams, all are dreams that work towards, but always be open and flexible. You pick what comes your way and keep working on it as long as you're moving in that direction. In hindsight, this entire story sounds very, very, beautiful. But at those points in time, probably I wouldn't have thought. It was just a choice or a decision I had to make. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Maybe I will not do it this time. Maybe I'll do it the next time. That's all it is. So just go, while you have dream, you have your aspirations in place. Also be open, flexible, and be highly self-aware to see what is happening around you and see how you want to respond to it.
Yeah, I think a lot of questions are on the same line, so I'm just kind of clubbing them together. So Binjan has a question. He says, how to keep the motivation high in such times of despair? Because like you rightly said, when you look back, it all seems like a very nice success story. But at that particular time of despair, it's really tough to deal with. So how do you keep your motivation high at that particular time?
That's where dreams help. That's where your lofty goals help. Because your lofty goal makes you feel, what otherwise seems like a big roadblock. When you look at it in the context of your bigger goal, it then becomes a stumbling block. So that larger goal keeps your motivation high.
Right. Ma'am, Kalpan Shah has a question. He's asking, how is life after IIM? How did MBA help you in shaping your career?
Life is always fun. It's always beautiful, right? So life has been good. Life post IIM, I think what the brand did to me was probably your brand and everything help you for your first 2 jobs. After that, it's all about what you do. What I went through there in those 2 years actually taught me a lot of life skills, life lessons in terms of perseverance and rigor and being true to yourself. I think that's what, otherwise your brand actually carries you to a certain extent. And after that, it's all about who you are as a person that takes you forward.
Right.
Nobody will entertain me if I go today and say, 15 years back I passed out from IIM. So people say, who cares? It's about what you're doing now that matters. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So you did touch upon how you manage your work and your family in terms of how the equation is between you and your husband. But Rushi has a question about work-life balance in general. And because I have been interacting with you, I know that you have a very nice funda of keeping 3 months aside for learning a new skill, or you love traveling. And so what would you say about work-life balance in general? How should one manage it?
I think there's no work-life balance. It's only work-life integration. Okay, I think it's now become a cliche term, right? So it's all about doing what you want to do. That's what I'm saying. Like I was mentioning earlier also, own your life. Be responsible for all choices, decisions you make. My decision to not work in the corporate world and consult on my own was my decision. My decision to travel at any point in time is my decision. So it's all choices that make you happy, that make you feel good about life. And that's what in turn makes life beautiful, right? You're just doing what you want to do. So yeah, it's all about figuring out what you want and doing it. And that's where how do you define success matters, right? So if you set success as something that is, money, then your work-life integration will be very different. If you set some success as some other measure, then it's going to be different. It's about how you define success for yourself.
Perfect. One last question, and maybe Vivek sir, if you want to pitch in here, you can. Soham asks that for those who are with the admit of Cloud 1 B School admits, is it the right time to do an MBA?
I'll just explain it. The question to you, Sirisha. The question is, so if you are in the top league of these schools, one is obviously maybe IIMS. Another is the likes of MDIs and Narsi Monji, or you can say the top 5 of 30, 40 B schools in this country overall, or 50 B schools, which we know that's a huge demand, and because the number of MBAs have gone up. When we were doing MBA, we had 1,000 seats, roughly 800
seats. Yeah.
Okay, now there are lots. So he's saying is, let's say if somebody is not getting into the top league APC, is it a good time to do an MBA, or whatever is his someone's classification of top 10 or 15? So is it essentially is it a good time to do an MBA during the COVID period?
I think COVID or not COVID, what a B school teaches you is what a B school teaches you, right? So if you're looking at it as placements post-COVID, that's a different thing. But I think there's enormous amount of stuff that we can learn just by going to a B school. So yeah, placements a year or later, but the skills that you get and what you become of a person when you pass out of the B school probably shapes your character. So I think that goes much beyond the first placement or the campus job. So I think, yeah, if you think you're ready to actually go and absorb and be open to shape yourself in the B school, any time is a perfect time according to me.
Right.
Great. So I think because we are running short of time, we could take only these many questions. If I can have like a final summing up word from Sirisha ma'am and then Vivek sir.
Yeah, so I think it was fun talking today. Like for me, it was more like a recap of what I've done. So it makes me feel good. So thanks for making my Sunday. And so make sure you're learning all the time, and your life is what you make out of it. Don't ever try blaming it on somebody else. Take ownership of your life, make your decisions, see what you want to do, and dream really big, because that's what takes you forward. Even if you're getting to 50-60% of where you want to get, right? It's what keeps your motivation high, what gets your energy levels high, what makes you fall down every time you get up. It's just your dreams of what you want to be. And yeah, all the best to everyone there.
Thanks, Sirisha. I think 1 hour was too short a time for us because I think there are a lot of great insights which you can go deep, but a lot of valuable insights, and it's I think a pleasure to have you here, and help these students. And you're leaving you ending it at something which is our core principle, which is dream, endeavor, achieve. Okay. Yeah, so pretty much that's again pretty inspiring, and I think it should be very inspiring for our students. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling me over. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
everybody
so much.
Good luck to all the students there.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining.
Thanks, Aditi.